all of martial arts, right? There's an evolution. Yes, there's an evolution, but more importantly, right, it's a revolution. Because you start here, you focus on certain aspect, right? And then, you know, that life in your training takes you to here. Whether it's competitions, whether it's training with different people, whether it's training at a higher level, right? And then you start to realize, wow, there's a whole nother aspect that I've got to start to get better at. It might be your jiu-jitsu, it might be your wrestling, it might be your top pressure, your escapes. And then you realize, well, I've been putting all this energy in here, right? I haven't really focused enough on my kickboxing. Let me start getting my kickboxing. And then you start realizing, wow, my hands are fast. I feel confident. There's not one person that I'm afraid to throw down with. But then you start realizing, I gotta go back and start putting my wrestling back in. And that's why it's a revolution. And that's why it's always so important to continue training. Not just early, not just training to get a black belt, not just training for a competition or for, you know, a tournament, but it's so important because the revolution, again, it really truly is just more than martial arts. Right? You start training here and it's all about me, and then you start, you know, working with other people and you realize, yeah, not so much about me anymore. Now you start realizing it's about my partner, and you start realizing, you start feeling that when you start making your partner better, what happens? You get better yourself. And then you start getting that little selfishness, right? And then you're like, well, I want my partner to train. So now you're looking for people to train you at a higher level. And then as you're training people at a higher level, then you start taking these people and you want to bring them up and you want them to come here. Again, martial arts is not an evolution. Martial arts has been around in some way or another for thousands upon thousands of years. What martial arts is a revolution. All right? Here, it just keeps going around. And every time you take that trip around the sun, every time you complete the revolution, you realize there's so much more for me to learn. Because again, in life, in anything, it's more than just martial arts.